Ladies and gentlemen, we just got done with some of the most disastrous pulls I've probably ever had in the history of Wuthering Waves. We have Ciaccona, we have her weapon, and we also have this piece of shit. So this is actually going to be the focus of the video today, but I thought it would just be kind of funny to show you all what the fuck just happened to me. But yeah, we're going to be going ahead. We're going to be giving our first impressions of the new Bard, the musician of Rinasida. We're going to be leveling her weapon, giving her a try in a couple of game modes with her best in slot teams. We're also going to talk about her future spot in the meta, and of course, the big item, right? Whether or not this unit is actually
we can predict which song people will play tomorrow.
Holy shit, she talks a lot. Whether or not this unit is actually worth it in the long run. So with that, let's go ahead. I think we've pre-farmed for her enough. If we haven't, then the editor's gonna have a lot of work to do and get right on into it. All right, come on. I know we've got enough mats.
It's a type of vocal exercise. Want to join me?
Nope. I've heard you quite.
Amazing?
Oh no!
Words and music can bring.
Oh dear. I'm in a bit of a situation, boys. I already know what's happened.
Want to join me?
I'm in some trouble. Good thing this isn't Genshin Impact. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes to collect everything I need. It's gonna take me like, oh shit, I completely forgot that there were even I forgot that there were even Ascension mats in the game. It's okay though. I forgot these were in the game. Low key, they're so easy to collect. I feel like most people forget that these are in the game too. That there's just 4 of them together. In Genshin Impact, it would take you like 30 minutes to find 4 of them. This might just be enough to like finish it. Wait, there's like 20 of them right next to each other. Fuck. Wait, this is great. What the hell? It's actually probably faster to do this than like buy them from the store. All right, here we go.
Can you keep up?
I swear this is insane. I might just be done. Where's that last one? There's no way it's fucking up here. Oh my god. This is truly a Genshin could never moment. I think I'm done. I think it actually took me 2 minutes to get all of them.
Can you keep up?
All right. It appears that our fleece picking adventures have now concluded in record fucking time. I think we're done. I don't think we need any more. Wait, that's all of them on the server. It took me 2 minutes to collect all of them on the server. All right, back into it. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. That was legitimately, we got like 40 of them in like, we got like 40 fleeces in like 3 minutes. All right, she's level 90. Wasn't a problem at all. Now let's get her weapon. We also will be testing her on Static Mist in some other teams, specifically the whole Phoebe Zani situation. So do keep that in mind. Her weapon in particular, if she's supporting non-Aero teams, not really that great of an idea. Because all her weapon's going to do in that situation is buff her personal damage. And we're maxed out, boys. Okay, we're definitely going to run out on the next weapon, though. That is for certain. Yeah, Rosia might not be getting her weapon maxed out with the way things are looking right now. All right, now for her Echo set. I do believe we have a set on Alto currently that is supposed to represent hers. Max Echo presets? Okay, we should just trash Brant's set because nobody's ever gonna use this set, surely. Surely no one's ever gonna use Brant's set. Okay, here we go. That looks kind of mid. Wait, surely she's missing some. Oh, right. That's why her stats look like shit. I was like, wait a second, she looks kind of poo-poo. Like, did I like? Okay, okay. It appears I might be broke. Is what you might be thinking, but then you realize I've got all of these. Nah, I'm good, bro. 1.1 million, right? Boom. Boom, just 1.1 million. No effort. 2 button presses, and I'm there.
People will play tomorrow.
Here we go. Oh, fuck it. We'll just do all 28 at this point. Boom. 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 Easy. All right. And so when it comes to the skills, what we're going to be prioritizing is, of course, her Liberation, her basic attack, and actually her Forte Circuit. Because the thing is, those are the abilities that she uses the most in her kit, and her Resonance skill does no fucking damage. It actually doesn't deal any damage at all. But her Forte and basic attack, well, because you end up using her basic attack a lot to actually activate her kit, it's probably the second priority. Okay, all right. So, do we have any more supply packs? Ooh, that's not good. Don't worry, we've got more we've got more tucked away in the recesses of my inventory. We've actually got a lot of stuff tucked away. It'll be good. You might be thinking, oh man, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. And we'll just level up everything else to like a somewhat low level, and then we'll actually start doing all that. I mean, I got a lot of weekly boss mats left, but I still don't want to spend it on intro skills because they're that bad. All right. Wait, I still ran out of money? Oh, dear. It's okay. We got this one, too. Boom. Wait, that wasn't really that much. Nah, surely it'll be fine. Yeah, we have enough to spare. Surely we'll be good. Oh, her stats are looking a lot better. Oh, man, she's looking bussin', actually. Okay, so we have finished building her. We finished prioritizing all the stats that we need. And now it is finally time for us to do a little bit of testing. We have her at 132% ER, which is like great considering what her liberation cost is. It's 125. On a sub DPS like her who doesn't have that much field time, that's typically where you want to be. A nice juicy 75.5 to 89.8% crit ratio. Almost 2k attack, which is good for a low base attack weapon. And of course, when it comes to some of her damage stats, she's going to have basic, heavy, liberation, and only one wasted stat on skill. And so when it comes to the actual Echo subs that I'm going to be using too, this is what we're looking like. A crit damage Remini Fleur-de-Lis, which is looking pretty good, to be honest. That's all stats that she can use. This is probably my best overall piece, and pretty good crit ratios. We got attack, ER, and double crit. We've got double crit, and then basic and heavy, which are two of her main damage types. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just the crit ratio suck balls. And then this is kind of like where the pieces start falling apart. I will be trying to upgrade these in the future. And yeah, this piece is a little bit dog shit too because it's resonance skill. So yeah, the one costs are a little bit iffy, but the rest of the stuff is looking pretty good. When it comes to the teammates that we'll be testing her with, we're of course going to be trying to get an Aero Rover in on this situation. And I actually want to use Aero Rover on Gust of Welkin too. I do think that we can slot one of these two on them. I think we might go for this bad boy. I know he doesn't have as much crit. I think we're going to toss this LaGuardia on here. And I guess my one cost just looked like really bad. So we'll put on... Hey, it might roll crit damage. It might roll crit damage. Okay, I'm going to uninstall the game. We're just going to use that on him for now because there's not really too much else for me to do in this build. But surely this rolls like 10.5% crit rate, right? Yeah, I'm definitely uninstalling the game. Anyways, we'll figure out the Aero Rovers build, get them some better stuff later, but I think this will be like a decent stopgap for now. So let's go ahead. Let's do some testing. Oh, sorry. Last thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this with the Jiyan. This is what the Jiyan is looking like. Pretty juicy substats overall. And we're also going to be using it with a Phoebe and a Zani. There's pretty much no other teams in the game where you could possibly even think about using her, and we'll get into some of the specifics when it comes to the Phoebe and Zani stuff later. Do keep in mind, it's pretty clear that this unit is geared towards a future release because of the fact that, well, they buff arrow erosion damage like crazy, and nobody in this game currently does arrow erosion damage. They only either enable it to or, like, you know, provide debuffs that Aero Rover can convert. So with that in mind, let's go ahead, let's get on and buckle ourselves into the ToA and start off with our very first team. Where the fuck is she? Yo, did she get deleted? Am I blind or did she get deleted? Oh, she's the first unit. Yeah, I wasn't even looking there. All right, so quick little vibe check.
I'll be there for everyone.
Gus, welcome.
As we head toward our shared future.
Cool.
The divinity
Gus,
may
welcome.
see the future of the world,
Cool.
but I doubt they can predict which song.
The battlefield is dynamic. Do not let your guard down.
Sierra Gale, cool. We might run into some ER issues on Jiyan. If that's the case, we will switch his forecast back to the regular one. But maybe, with all the extra damage this team is doing, it'll be okay. So let's give it a stab. I've had some issues fighting the Dragon of Dirge with Aero Rover. He just constantly kind of just kicks my ass in the air and then fucking makes me wish I didn't exist. It's kind of annoying, but we'll see. We'll see if he decides to keep doing that. So we just want to do some of those basic attack combos.
Annihilation.
And now we're gonna liberation.
Judgment strikes.
Use our echo skill.
Hopefully this
Use the
helps.
first cast,
Watching.
Will fate
and then go into Ciaccona.
Solo
Dash
time.
cancel that fourth basic attack.
Representing
Then use our liberation. I forgot to use our echo
finale.
skill. So there should be a little bit more damage over there.
wide open.
Now we're gonna end up on Jiyan.
Finale. Don't you worry. Till my last breath.
Proceed to get my ass beat by this Dragon of Dirge.
Time for a short break.
Anyways, we're gonna give that another try. Except this time, hopefully he won't like 3-shot me.
Wind howls. Unfettered by bounds.
Hopefully this helps.
Thanks for watching.
Will fate
Ooh, the pitch is lowered. Solo time. A perfect chord.
Cancel
Let the
that with
show
their liberation, and now we're ready to go on
ready for
Jiyan.
battle. Fear no more. Settle.
And you're gonna notice the ticks aren't doing that much damage. That's because we have more Aero Erosion actually doing stuff off field to kind of like, you know,
Calls, waves
get it going
follow.
for us.
Wind rises. I
Now we're back on Aero Rover.
am the tempest.
Hopefully this helps.
Thanks for watching.
Will fate
A perfect chord. Listen.
And now
The
liberation
trio
after
of
going through
destiny.
the Ciaccona rotation.
You're
And
wide
now we're
open.
back on Jiyan. And we have enough energy to keep liberating, which is nice.
wind calls, waves
Okay, my ass just got beat.
Fit together.
tempest of
Hopefully this helps.
wind howls.
And now we're back.
Unfettered by bounds. The wicked.
Thanks for watching.
Will fate
Mind the tempo. Let the show
And
begin.
here we go.
ready for battle. Fear no more. Break.
So, you might have noticed, guys, that team wasn't the best one ever. And I have a couple of reasons to explain why. My Jiyan is actually pretty well built. He has his weapon. He has S1, though I didn't use the S1. The reason why that team isn't that good is pretty simple, guys. It's not the team's fault. It's one person.
I will
And
be there
that's
for everyone.
because
As we head toward our
your
shared
Aero
future,
Rover
leaving the
has
past
1
behind.
out of his 6 sequence nodes. This gives continual healing. This one gives him a personal damage boost. This one gives him another personal damage boost. This one also gives him another personal damage boost and another one. So there's a lot of damage missing on this character, and their weapon is refinement rank 1. And as this weapon grows in refinements, it gains 4% arrow damage amplification per level. This goes from 10% to 26. That is 26% arrow damage amp. That's better than every single support outro skill in the game. Unfortunately, when it's only 10% right now, it's literally worse than every support in the game, where they have a 15% damage amp. And so the end result, guys, is that Aero Rover is going to scale dramatically into the future on this team, but in the present, they're kind of like not that good. The Aero Erosion damage is quite nice. I do believe it ticks for around 20k over the course of the fight, but with everything that's going on in the kit currently, and the amount of room that they have to improve, well, it's going to take some time. However, I do have another build that I want to try out, and this one's going to be a bit more let's just say, supportive. And I've actually got some pretty interesting builds for you all to check out today. We've got a Rejuvenating Glow DPS set. And you might be wondering, oh man, did you just waste all of your tuners getting this set? And the answer is, yes, I fucking did. Yes, I did. Yes, I have double crit, or close to double crit, on Rejuvenating Glow, and we're gonna try out this build. Yep, I did. It's actually pretty good. So we're gonna try out this build and go from there and see what it looks like when Aero Rover is on Rejuvenating Glow instead of a second copy of Gust of Vulcan. So I risked it for the biscuit, so hopefully you all enjoy the effort. How did they miss that attack?
Waves rise.
Judgment
All right,
strikes.
now we got the Fallacy of No Return helping out too.
Thanks for watching.
We'll face.
So yeah, we got that
Show
canceling.
begin.
You're
Oh,
wide open.
we also
You're
forgot
near.
Shikona's Echo skill, but it is what it is. And you can see the tick on Jiyan is about 1,000 damage
I
higher.
can take it.
We were doing about 8,000 before. Now we're on, again, about 9,000.
Calls, waves follow. Annihilation. Hopefully this helps. I am the Tempest. The wick
Thanks for watching.
will face.
Do that cancel.
Mind the tip.
Do another cancel.
Listen,
And we forgot our Echo skill
Trio
again,
of
but it is
Destiny.
what it is.
Ready for battle.
Probably if I use that Echo skill, we have enough energy there for Jiyan's liberation off rip.
Finale. Don't you worry.
Wind
Uh-oh.
calls, waves follow. Wind howls.
And boom.
Fettered by bounds. Hopefully this helps.
Thanks for watching.
We'll face.
Ta-da! A grand overture. Solo time. I'm now presenting.
And now,
Of finale.
boom.
You're wide open. Don't you worry.
So
Fear
you can
no
see the
more.
time is not that much
I
different.
can take it.
It kind of like is what it is. At the current moment, Aero Rover is not the greatest teammate ever, simply due to the fact that they just need more refinements of their weapon. They need more stuff going on. So now that we've covered that team, let's try out something a little bit different. Let's just run this team with a Shorekeeper instead of Aero Rover, because we kind of just broke down why Aero Rover's a bit of a bum, right? We just broke down what they're really missing in their kit to make them happen. So let's try it out with Shorekeeper instead. Use some of her crit rate, crit damage buffs, and her higher amp, and see how this team goes.
Yay. Perish. Stay calm. In war with time.
And we'll still be doing those Ciaccona cancels.
Ta-da! A grand over.
Okay.
Pitch is lowered. Let the show begin.
Ready for battle. Unstoppable.
And see how this one goes.
I can
Shorekeepers.
take
Did that bro just one-shot me?
it. 7.
He just did that fucking crazy-ass spin attack, bro, and actually one-shot me.
Oath from the heart.
I got one shot out of my liberation.
Loading. Iron graft. You
What the
knew.
fuck was that?
Thanks for watching. Ta-da! A grand overture. A perfect chord. Now presenting. A
And now look at that
finale.
fast rotation,
You're
boys.
wide open. Fear no more.
We might need a little bit more ER with how fast this rotation is on the team.
Finale. Don't you worry.
Ordained. Low astral
And y'all are
modulation.
seeing right now,
Thanks
pretty
for
much,
watching. Ooh, the pitch is lowered. Ta-da! A grand. Ooh, the pitch is lowered.
Playing the last note. Playing the last.
assuming that she doesn't get beat up by the enemy on field. Yeah, her rotation is
Ready for
extremely
battle.
fast and pretty damn.
Don't you worry.
Holy shit, this guy's a menace, bro.
Unstoppable.
So yeah, the team is definitely faster with Shorekeeper. Jiyan is doing a total of like 10k per tick, but we're not getting nearly as much erosion damage because the number of stacks is literally halved in comparison. We go from 6 to 3 because we don't have the Aeolian Realm outro skill, doubling the stacks from 3 to 6. Now, we've got one final team, and this one's going to be a little bit ballsy, especially against this boss. I am for certain going to get my ass fucking beat up. It's the legendary
Make this quick.
Ciaccona Mortefi team, and this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't recommend this in pretty much any content, especially this ToA. You're probably going to see me die like 400 times because you don't have a healer on this team. And the Dragon of Dirge is like kind of like not a boss where you can just like not run a healer and use a melee unit like this. You know what? I'm not even going to try it here. I'm just going to go against Inferno Rider. That's what I'm going to do. I think I've already recognized this is going to be a disaster. If we try to do that against the Dragon of Dirge, it's just not happening. So yeah, let's just do it against Inferno Rider. Guys, this is not a pussa move. This is a higher than 2 IQ move, okay?
Mind the tempo. Ta-da! A grand overture. Solo time. Now presenting a poem of finale.
Fury boils. Inferno. Burn to ashes. You're wide open.
Here we go.
I can take it.
It doesn't even do more damage than Shorekeeper.
Till my last breath.
It doesn't even do more damage than Shorekeeper, and I'm literally dying.
Thanks for watching. Polyphony. Ooh, the pitch is lowered. Listen, the trio of destiny.
Hey, but I get music though.
Fury boils. As you wish. Burn. Feel my wrath.
Hey, I got the music though.
Ready for battle.
I got the music and ER issues.
Unstoppable. 7. A momentary setback.
As you can see, that team is kind of shit. It's not that good. I don't think it's that good. It's literally better just to use Shorekeeper and either of the two. It's just better. That's not a good idea. Don't do it. It's just, you will put yourself in a position where you're playing Jiyan with no sustain on your team, and I'm going to be real here. If you just spend the entire time, the entire duration of Jiyan's liberation, dodging, it's on a timer. And so every dodge you do in Jiyan's liberation is just you not dealing damage. And so the more you dodge, it's a massive DPS loss on that team. And so having a healer on Jiyan's team is actually a DPS increase because you get to just face tank attacks and keep spinning. That's why he has built-in interruption resistance. That's like how he works. And unfortunately, yeah, going sustainless means you can't really do that or you're gonna die. So yeah, put a sustain on Jiyan's team. Otherwise, just... All right, so we've tried out all the potential Jiyan lineups. Now it's time for Ciaccona to see her potential in some other teams. And this is kind of like the situation over here. I did a little bit of testing in the Zani team. It's a little bit suspect, if I'm frankly being honest. It's a little bit suspect. So we're going to try her out with Shorekeeper first, and we're also going to switch her weapon to Static Mist. And then go from here. We're also going to have a bit of a situation when it comes to the Echo set. She's actually going to want to be on Moonlit Clouds. So this is what we'll go with over here. 155 ER, which is going to be nice. A whopping 2485. Why is it so high? Oh, she's in the middle of combat. That's why. We're going to be using the same exact Shorekeeper. And our Zoni is going to be over here. Where did her ER go? Oh, okay. It's right here. Okay, there we go. Why is it 120? What happened? Anyways, this is the team we're going to be using. Let's go ahead. Let's get right on into it. So we're not going to be going against the middle tower floor because that obviously, right, is like fucking... You can put Zani and like a dead corpse that has Concerto into that and you'll clear.
Thanks for watching. Overture. Seeing is believing.
And we got to make sure to get some... You got to hit the Frazzle QTE and then go in onto Zani. So you're gonna notice over here, isn't there a bit of a situation going on? You have no blaze.
Knock some heads around.
And this would be my answer to you. Yes, I don't. But
My shield can withstand more
the
than that.
blaze is slowly regenerating.
My shield can withstand more than that.
And that's my rotation. You might notice, damn, this kind of sucks.
From the heart.
You did barely half of the enemy's HP. And there's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen.
In war with
It's because we're
time.
messing up the Ciaccona rotation in this team. We're messing it up completely. We actually have to do something different.
Master, now presenting a poem
And I'll show you all exactly what it looks like. You'll notice, right? I can hit these QTEs for a little bit, right? And when I hit these QTEs, I'll gain Concerto. So, why don't we just retry this team, but then just cast her Liberation like at the fucking start of it. So we can build up Frazzle stacks ASAP.
Worry not. Astral modulation. Thanks for watching. Seeing is but listen.
So I just use a
Trio
skill and
of
echo cancel
destiny.
on the Heron, and now I'm just gonna play some music, bro. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, boy. You like that shit?
No contest. No, come at me. All yours. I don't have all day. Don't stand in my way.
And now we actually have a little bit more Frazzle.
Reduce to dust. My shield can withstand more than that. That's just
And you'll notice we did the same number of attacks as a regular Phoebe combo.
Ordained.
a waste.
Stay calm.
And the damage is actually
In war with
not
time.
bad.
Thanks for watching. Master.
Unfortunately, this rotation is a little bit rougher. We kind of want more
Presenting
ER on the
a
unit.
Poem of finale.
If you're going to be running this potential rotation.
All yours. That's just a scratch. All of you at once. I don't do overtime. Come at me. That's just a scratch. Reduce to dust. That's just a scratch.
You're going to notice I did some basic attacks over there, right?
That's
Vow from the soul.
a wrap.
So, that wasn't the craziest one ever. Right? It was all right. Now let's go ahead and test it out with one other adjustment. And that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, with Spectro Rover on the team. And this team in particular, you can kind of do some wild shit with it, because Spectro Rover is able to build up a decent amount of Frazzle by themselves, right? And with Eternal Radiance as their set, they're also able to deal a decent amount of damage. And I have a pretty damn well-built Spectro
Understood.
Rover. So we're going to
I
test
will be able
out
to serve your
what they're
will.
actually
I will be there
capable
for
of
everyone.
when they're a well-fed
Leaving the past
individual.
behind.
Now that is bussin' right there. That should be at about 70% crit rate and like 125 ER. Those stats seem kind of bad. Maybe I should put some more ER on him. Yeah, we might have to. Oh, wait. That's my only other double crit one. Ooh, okay. Well, this should be fine. Now let's give this one a bit of a spin. And this lineup is going to be... I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be pretty goofy. And this is the thing over here. You're going to want to make sure to actually do Ciaccona's regular liberation or her regular rotation here. You don't need to do like that weird one where you're just liberating at the start. You can just do a full-on basic one. You got to make sure you stay on Ciaccona to be able to apply her Spectro Frazzle tick. Yeah, otherwise, you got to reset. She's going to do Aero Erosion instead, and that's not what you want to do.
The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness.
Thanks for watching. Seeing is believing.
All right,
Let
here we
the
go.
show begin.
Shut up.
And now we got the Frazzle application.
Come at me. My shield can withstand all of you at once.
Here we go.
I don't
Now we're
do
ready.
overtime. Reduce to dust.
Strike from the shadows.
That's just a scratch. Reduced to dust. You've made it personal now.
And you can see, bit of an extended rotation, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Keep it together. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps.
Thanks for watching. Ta-da! A grand overture. Seeing, listen.
Oh,
The
I forgot her.
trio
I
of
forgot her
destiny.
forte. So you can see, even with like some misplays, the team is not bad, but it doesn't have that much
I
healing.
don't have all day.
And you have a lot of frazzle.
Don't stand in my way.
Hopefully this helps.
To keep it going. But the survivability is a little bit rough with Rover as the only sustain on the team. It's a little hard. Rover does have healing, but not a lot. This team feels like it has like longer rotations than even with like Phoebe, because you just have like all of that stuff building up over time. So yeah, you can definitely like hit your pairs and stuff with Zani. I'm not focusing too much on that, but yeah, there's definitely ways to increase the survivability of this one. I'm just, you know, I personally don't like playing this team that much because I'd rather use Ciaccona in a team where she's actually dealing damage and perhaps most importantly of all, using her signature, because Static Mist is actually going to be better than Woodland Aria in this team. So that's something to keep in mind. Static Mist literally is going to be better. So that's the weapon that you should be using on her in this lineup. Don't actually use her signature here because all this signature does is increase her personal damage and buff Aero teams. This is not going to buff your Zani team at all. The last situation, ladies and gentlemen, where we should give her a bit of a try is, of course, with the Phoebe lineup. And this over here is going to be a bit of a demo where I think you guys are going to be slightly disappointed with what you're finding, because there's just one thing I have to say about this whole shebang. Phoebe is like not that good with Ciaccona in ToA, but she's very good with her in Whimpering Wastes. And I'll explain why. Really good in WhiWa, not that good in the ToA. Spectro Rover's better in the ToA. Ciaccona's better in WhiWa. So we'll break it down. And we're going to be using Shorekeeper as the support here.
I engraft you new.
And then just do a regular Ciaccona rotation.
Overture. Seeing is believing. Let the
Get
show
our frazzle
begin.
damage off.
Sentinel protect me. Judgment of crystals. Give me strength. Together we stand.
Notice the frazzle stacks on the enemy. We're at fucking 6 out of 10, and Phoebe is not getting a 15% Spectro frazzle damage bonus.
In war with
We're missing that frazzle damage bonus, right, on the first rotation. Because, unfortunately, right?
Solo time. Seeing is believing.
Oh, God.
Now presenting.
Unfortunately, right?
Poem of finale.
She doesn't really stack them up fast enough.
Sentinel protect me. Answer me.
But in game modes like WhiWa, like, look, we're probably never going to reach 10. I don't think it's actually possible. I think you either cap it... You might cap at 10. Yeah. Cap at 10 in, like, the middle of the second rotation. So maybe in, like, holograms for, like, fun if you want to. But it takes too long to get to 10.
Loading.
Like, way too long to get to 10.
Thanks for watching.
However, there is still one last game mode that we need to test and one last use case that we need to test, ladies and gentlemen. And that is going to be Whimpering Wastes. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to cut the recording here and then teleport ourselves to Whimpering Wastes second stage where you have your liberations ready. But unfortunately, that's going to take a minute. We will actually be showing the teams really fast that we'll be using in Whimpering Wastes. I recommend this team on the second side so that Ciaccona has permanent access to her liberation. And when it comes to what gear I'm actually going to be putting on her, I'm actually going to be using her signature and her signature set, because her personal damage is actually pretty significant in this game mode, and I want to maximize it to make sure that she can like one-shot waves and like destroy enemies with her grouping. The buffing from like Static Mist and Moonlit isn't as important because Phoebe already does quite enough, especially with the build that I'm going to be putting on her. Let me just go ahead and adjust this real fast so that she has she's got a nice little Capitanius over here that she can use. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of thievery right now. That's what we'll go with. And so, yeah, these are going to be the teams. I'll see you all on the next side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it after doing the first side of WhiWa, and now we're going to show off the Phoebe Chubby team with Shorekeeper and, of course, Ciaccona. And she's going to be on her own set once again, and she's going to be doing mostly Frazzle time.
Worry not. Load iron graft you knew.
So let's get back up in here.
Thanks for watching. Solo time. Listen.
And this is where the
trio
grouping
of destiny.
begins.
Sentinel protect me. Judgment time. Bluebird.
And you can see over here, boom.
Purify. Together we stand.
Isn't this just so nice that Phoebe can, like, finally, like, not feel like dog ass in this game mode?
Shine. Holy light. Ordained.
Look at that. It's just like, oh my lord. I'm playing a different game,
Bloody
boys.
war with time.
I'm playing a different game with Phoebe in here, man.
Thanks for watching. Overture. A perfect chord. Now presenting.
And then
a
Ciaccona
poem
dealing a
of
decent
finale.
amount of damage on the side.
Sentinel protect
It's kind of
me.
just like the cherry on top.
Together. Ha! Dark forces approach. Be on guard. I call upon
Just look at that.
So.
I don't think it's as good as other characters,
Thanks for watching.
but it definitely makes her feel way more playable. Way more
the
playable than
show
she used to.
begin.
Sentinel protect me. Crystals, give me strength. Purify.
Look at these enemies literally just getting spawn killed by her, bro. Phoebe used to just struggle against shit like this in the past.
Silence. In the name of
She used to just struggle so hard against shit like this before.
loading.
And then
Iron
Ciaccona
graft
deals like
you knew.
meaningful enough damage.
Thanks for watching. A perfect chord. Now presenting a poem of finale.
Sentinel protect me. Answer me. Bluebird.
Boom,
Be my
blow him up, Phoebe.
salvation. Together we stand.
And so, yeah, that's what it looks like in Whimpering Wastes. And let's be honest here, right? I think I probably could get a higher score if I, maybe actually use the buffing set, but it's just, it feels so much better than it used to. Way better than it used to for this unit. If you're trying to use her as a main DPS before, you might as well have uninstalled the game, to be honest. She felt so bad in multi-wave content, and now she basically has permanent Spectro Frazzle application for all those enemies that are coming in, and her Absolution State can actually deal damage, because her abilities gain like 250% damage amp if enemies have Frazzle on them, and it would never happen in any of the content until Ciaccona was here. So yeah, that's gonna be all of the gameplay, all of the different teams. I believe those are the most viable ways to currently play Ciaccona in the current state of the game. If more stuff comes up, we will cover it. But yeah, I don't think that there's too much to really worry about when it comes to her. She's very simple to use, has some cancels in her kit. You saw me using them throughout the gameplay. And overall, super fast concerto generation, almost on par with Sanhua, has a multitude of teams, works with Shorekeeper, will work better with Aero Rover in the future. And when it comes to her overall value and whether or not you should pull her, I think that there's only one real simple decision to make. If you really want her, go for her, right? She works well, especially with her signature or even static mist. She deals a respectable amount of damage. But if you're on the fence about getting her because of the limited number of teams that she has, and you're speculating whether or not she's going to work really well with a character like Cartithia, my response to you is simple. Just wait until the live stream. Her banner will be live for the 3.0, for the 3.4 live stream, and will be live for the next couple of weeks afterwards. So you can just go ahead, see what Cartithia's kit is going to involve, what mechanics are going to be in Cartithia's kit, for 2.4, in the 2.4 live stream, where Cartithia's kit will be shown by the devs. And once you get the further details from that, you can make the decision of whether or not you want to pull her or her weapon, or maybe, right, even her sequence nodes, because her S2 is like fucking crazy. So I think that's really just the main thing to keep in mind. It is going to be like a May 30th one. There's not too much of a reason to do anything else, if we're frankly being honest. And if that's what you do, I think you can make the most well-educated decision possible on whether or not you want to pull her. So yeah, that's only for the people on the fence. If you don't want to play Aero teams at all, don't bother with her, right? Because she's mainly just going to be an Aero unit. And I don't think her Frazzle application is like the best thing ever. She kind of feels like weird in the Zani team. But if you want to make Phoebe work in WhiWa, you don't have Zani and you don't have like Jinsei and you just want to deal like Spectro damage, I guess you can do that too. But that is a pretty... You're going to be pulling her for one endgame mode for one unit. That's a pretty weird reason to do it. But if you want to do it, go for it too. So yeah. That'll be that. That'll be our final overview. Hopefully, all the different testing, all the different team comps, all the different play styles has been educational for you all. Let me know what you all think. Peace.